family. So today I am coming to you with a pregnancy update, a twin pregnancy update. I'm officially 24 weeks as of yesterday, and I'm having a boy and a girl. I have their names picked out, but I've been trying to get to this video for the longest, and have not been able to record it because obviously my plate is pretty full right now. So just as a quick general update, I'm in my 6th month. So far I'm complication free, no issues. Both babies are growing perfectly, no health concerns outside of occasional fatigue and a little bit of pain in my back. So far this experience has been pretty good. I did have a ton of sickness in the beginning, and I still do have bouts of it where it's just completely unpredictable and I'm just sick for a day or two. So that's not great, especially because with my other 4 pregnancies I've never had any sickness. So this has been knocking me out. In addition to that, my husband's work schedule has changed. I'm also working full-time from home, and I had to recently take some time off because just burnout, complete burnout. I was sick a lot, and then having to do a lot more around the house after work due to my husband's work schedule just was a bit much. So that's for a quick little overview. We have about roughly 15 more weeks left to go. I have been told that they don't allow twin births or multiple births at my OB to go past 39 weeks. So that's why I say roughly. My prayer is that I can naturally go into labor between the 37th and 39th week on my own. So without any intervention. So I did post on my social media pages a couple of weeks ago, basically just saying that I was going to be posting an updated video on my YouTube channel to give a pregnancy update. And I had a few of my friends, old classmates and things like that, who did post questions that they had for me to answer. So I am excited about that people are actually interested in this journey. And I'm excited that I'm able to give you guys an update. So the first question, well, I have 2 people ask me the same question, which was, how do you feel? How do I feel? I feel exhausted as crap. I have reached this point where no matter how tired, no matter how much rest I get, no matter how early I go to bed, no matter how long my nap is, I'm just tired. Like today, I took a nap from about 1:30 to 3:30 and have not been able to recover since. Like, it's only been a few hours since then and I'm still beat down to the ground. So I'm tired, I am anxious. I am at the point sometimes where I wake up between the hours of 3:30, 4:30, and I don't go back to sleep until about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So, which also could contribute to some of that fatigue I'm feeling, but I am a bit anxious about what my birth will look like with these twins. I've had all natural births with all 4 of my kids, so I've been in pretty much like control. Like, I know how to manage my pain and the contractions and things like that, but twins just threw me for a loop. Also just accepting the news that this is happening, even though I'm 6 months along, I really haven't grasped it yet. So I haven't like started buying any of their big things. I haven't sent out my virtual baby shower invitations yet because I'm just like, is this really happening? So that's how I feel. The next question, sorry, some of these cut off a little bit. Hold on, let me check. I'll be right back. All right, so the next question kind of got cut off, but I'm gonna assume that she's asking, what does it feel like being pregnant with twins? It is interesting. All my symptoms in the beginning were intensified. I knew something was different about this pregnancy from the beginning. Still couldn't have told me it was gonna be twins, but it's all my symptoms were intense. So like I said, I was super duper sick. Never experienced that, so I was like, okay, that's strange. I had a lot of stomach issues, like just gurgling, discomfort, cramping, bloatedness, like feeling nauseated and constipated but not able to release any through any outlet. I know that's TMI, but that was a bit much. Again, the fatigue and just literally feeling like I ain't have nothing in me. Like, I remember like days, like for the first 1 to 3 months, me just dragging myself from the bed to the couch to the bed, only able to do like the bare necessities for my kids. My husband had to take off a lot from work, unfortunately, but fortunately, to help me out, because that's just how difficult it was. Twin pregnancy, it's a lot of work. Like, I legit feel like just being right now is just a lot of work. A lot of work to breathe, a lot of work to get up, a lot of work to sit down. Like, I'm used to this, but at the end of my pregnancies with my singleton babies, but I'm only halfway through, and I'm feeling like I felt at the end when it was just one. So there goes that. And this one says, so these two questions kind of go one and the same. How is this different from your other pregnancies? And then the other question was, how does this pregnancy feel compared to the other ones? So as I stated before, the symptoms were definitely intensified, or are intensified, so that's different. The babies are heavy. They're only like, I don't even know. I have another growth scan tomorrow, so I'll be able to give more accuracy as far as what they weigh now. I just know they feel heavier. So it's more challenging to get around and just do simple things. If I sit down too long, I'm in pain. If I lay down too long, I'm in pain. If I walk too long, I'm in pain. It's just it's like a lose-lose situation right now. And the fact that it's just the middle, I'm just like, bro, this is just gonna intensify, huh? But I mean, I guess this is just a reiteration of what I've already said, like how it differs from the single births. Like, I pretty much have pregnancies. I pretty much have good pregnancies with, or had them with my first 4. Like, I legit had no complaints, no sickness. I did have really bad like sciatica nerve pain in my back, my lower back. But other than that, like it being tired, the simple things, I did good. But now I feel like I'm just like in a fight. And like, I just know that I can't be myself right now. And some days that's challenging. Like, I have had these bursts of energies where I'm cleaning up the house, organizing, crafting, working on my Glorious Glow business, things like that. And I also then have 3 to 5 days that follow of me just being completely pooped after being so productive. So that is not at all like something that I enjoy, just feeling like I'm so far away from myself right now. So I hope that answers that question. So in comparison, it's just a little bit more challenging. And then someone says, okay, so someone says, what concerns do you have? Actually, I'm gonna answer this one first, and then I'm gonna answer these last two. So she asked, can you tell them apart from the inside of the womb? Like, is one more active? So right now, from my, let me get some lotion. Ugh. So from my last growth scan and my other appointments prior to that one, so they give you, that's another thing that's different. Oh, I guess that's different from the single pregnancies. I keep saying birth. I get an ultrasound at every appointment. So that's different, to basically measure the growth of both babies, making sure that they're both growing as they should. So I can feel them apart right now. I used to always be curious about that, like before I found out I was pregnant with twins, like with other twin moms and stuff. I was just curious, like, how do they determine baby A, baby B, baby B? So at first my doctor basically was like, it was too soon to tell. And then she told me basically, like, and from what I saw on the ultrasounds now that we're getting further along, is that they are still layered like this. So, and they're in the same direction. So both heads are on one side and both of their feet are on the other side. So let me see if I can scoot back some what that looks like. and that didn't help at all. But what that looks like, you can't really see my belly. Let's see. So their heads are on this side and their feet are on this side. So this is where I feel the majority of my movement. Baby A is the lowest. He's coming out first. That's our boy. And then baby B is up top, which is our baby girl. And so when I feel the kicks lower down here, I say that's Honor, the baby boy. And when I feel them up here, I say it's baby B, Liberty, our baby girl. And just more recently, this last couple days, I felt more movements up here. So I'm assuming that's their arms. So I don't think that they have moved closer to, you know, head down yet, obviously, because we're only in the 24th week. But in the next coming weeks, they should start to kind of migrate that way, prayerfully. So, and as far as which one is more active, sometimes, I normally would say that Honor is baby A at the bottom. I feel a lot of my movements there, but then like this week, I feel like I felt more up top. So they probably flip-flop, I can say that. I know that they both are most active after I eat, which is a couple times throughout the day. And then they also get up very early, that hour that I'm up, 4:30, 3:30, they be up. When I'm getting ready to go to bed, they be up. They're very active. Both of them are very active. But even on ultrasounds, it just seems like Honor is way more active than Liberty. Like, yeah. So, and then the second to last question, a friend of mine asked, what concerns do I have? So, transparent moment. I did go into like panic, finding out that I was having twins, because it was just so unexpected. And I'm not gonna lie, like I immediately thought about the risk. Like I immediately thought that my life was at risk and the twins' life was at risk. Because that's just typically what you hear about twin pregnancies, like the different stigmas and like the downside and the negative or sad stories. So that's where my mind initially went. And then I went like digging on Facebook for support groups and things like that. And I found a couple amazing, encouraging groups where there's moms of multiples and twins and triplets who have positive pregnancy and birth stories, women who make it to 39 weeks, 40 weeks, and women who have home births and natural births, such as the one that I'm aiming for. So that kind of like saved me in the beginning, because I was like, okay, this is doable. Although I knew in my gut it was doable, this is doable. So I am coping with that anxiety a little bit, but I'm not gonna lie, I do still have a bit of it, just because I'm anxious to know what will my birth experience look like. Like I've used to be in control. I knew that I did not want an epidural with my other 4 pregnancies. My doctor knows me well. Like we have history. She's seen me through prenatal care for all my children. She's birthed all of my kids but one, because she happened to be out of town. But I could kind of expect. I know birth is always unpredictable, but I knew I was in control for the most part. But with twin births, you hear stories where some moms, they deliver baby A naturally, and then they have to have a C-section for baby B. Or they get an epidural, and then they end up having to have an emergency C-section, and their dosage goes up, and it's just so much that goes into it, so many different ways it could turn. You know, baby A could be born head down naturally, and then baby B could be head down, but when baby A moves out the way and is out of the womb, then baby B could go back transverse or breech. So that is what makes me the most anxious, because I'm just like, Lord, you know I don't want to be, first of all, you know I don't even want the needle. I'm scared. I've never had the epidural. The needle too big for me. I'd rather go through the labor pains naturally and let my body work. You know what I'm saying? Do what it's supposed to do naturally without any intervention. So you already know that. But you know I cannot take the thought of being cut on. So I need both of these babies to be head down, come out one after the other, easy peasy like butter. Okay? So my biggest concern is an emergency arising, and then I'm having to go against my birth plan. And I definitely don't want my life to be at risk or for the babies to be at risk. I just want all 3 of us to make it to the end. I want to hold my babies and be there and have them both be healthy, breathing, no complications, no early labor, none of that. So also I want to be prepared, as prepared as possible. I want to make sure they have all their essentials, which I am working on one at a time. I think because I'm in denial, I have not shopped for anything yet. We have a bunch of diapers from our gender reveal, and my husband bought outfits for them because he just couldn't help himself. But I have a wish list. I know exactly what I need and what I want for them. I'm just stopping the recording because I'm running out of storage. So, okay, so she's asking me about, next question asking about cesarean or natural birth. So I pretty much just answered that one in the last question as well. I'm anti-cesarean for myself because I just do not want to have no major surgery. Like, I am a crybaby. And I have a lot of friends who've had a C-section, and recovery is no fun. I have 4 other kids. I'm not trying to adapt to going to 6 children and adapting to nursing the twins, things like that, while healing from an intense surgery. It's just, I cannot visualize it. Even prior to having twins, I just never had an interest in a C-section for that very reason. I just don't want to be cut on, and I'm scared of the needle. So that's pretty much it. I did want to include belly shots so you can see how big I am at 24 weeks. Let's see how big Honor and Liberty have gotten. Okay. None of my shirts fit. Here's a side shot of how big they are. When I lift up my boobs, sorry to violate y'all, but when I lift up, you can see them more up here. I still got a little bit extra from previous pregnancies, but that's okay. So here they are. Pose for the still shot, for the what they call it, the thumbnail. So me, Honor and Liberty, YouTube. 24 weeks. I probably like document my belly more as I get bigger, because I know they're gonna get big. They are already heavy now. But there you go. If you have any more questions I did not answer in this video, let me know and I'll do another one following up. All right, you guys, peace.